What's up, my reseller friends? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sabrina. I thrift to resell on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. Today I have a come ship with me video. Now, if you are new to my channel, I will just briefly describe to you what this video is about. So basically, when I do my ship with me videos, I do one item at a time. We ship that item together. I kind of talk a little bit about the item. I talk a little bit about the shipping, and there's a little bit of discussion just about eBay in general. So I really only have 4 things to ship today. So if you're looking for a fast-paced what sold video, that's not exactly what this is. It's just more of an overall video just about selling on eBay. I am filming on a Sunday. I'm not sure when I'm gonna have the video ready to go live on YouTube, but I will tell you that so far in June, it seems like my sales have been really great during the week. I've been really busy during the week, but then when the weekends come around, it seems like things slow down a lot. And I think that that's just kind of going to be a part of the summer slowdown. Summer slowdown is when sales online just start going down because people aren't online shopping, they're out doing things. So it kind of makes sense that maybe my sales would be slower on the weekend. But overall, if you take into account how well I do during the week, I feel like it kind of balances it out. And I feel like the summer hasn't been that bad. I mean, I have had better summers. It's just, I feel like it has a lot to just do with the economy. But for the most part, comparing it to last summer and how I've been doing this year, I feel like things are going pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it, even though I am striving to get higher sales. All right, so the first item is going to be a motocross jersey. It's by, am I saying it right? It's O'Neill, not to be confused with the surfing brand O'Neill. This is like a motocross brand, right? It's spelled differently. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right or not. O'Neill. But anyways, I had bought a bunch of these jerseys and some pants at a yard sale, and I believe I paid $5 each for each pair of pants and $3 for the jerseys, and they're all new with tags. So the tag on this one says that the retail price is $75. It does have like a name on the back, someone named Nicholas. I don't really know much or know anything about motocross, but I feel like having the name on the back perhaps makes them harder to sell, because I haven't really, this is like the first piece that I sold, and I think I listed like 10 different pieces, right? And it was a medium, so I'm not sure if that's like an ideal size for motocrossing, but this one ended up selling for $34 plus the cost of shipping of $5.25. I got a question about this in an email about doing flat rate shipping versus calculated. I felt like when you did calculated, it was charging the buyers too much because it wasn't putting our discount into consideration. So I started doing my own flat rate prices, and the way I came up with those numbers is, so I live in California, I checked to see how much something would cost to ship to New York, and then that's how much I charge. So there's probably about like half the time I've charged the right amount, but then there's also like the other half of the time that maybe I've overcharged, not by a lot. I mean, I'm talking like 50 cents, 75 cents here and there, not very much. But whenever I do have like that little extra, that helps me to pay for my supplies. So that's why I kind of left it there. Like, even though I know that eBay is fixing the problem where when you do calculated shipping, now the buyers will get your discount. So if I was like a brand new starting off seller on eBay today, I probably would just select calculated shipping and move on with it. But because I have a system already in place and it's been working good for me, and I've been selling for like several years now, and I've tried all the different things, right? And I just feel like this system has just overall worked the best for me. So that's why I continue to do it like that. But I feel like everybody's going to be different, and everybody should be doing what works best for them. But my advice is always to try everything at least, especially when you're starting off. Don't just be like, this is the way I do it, and be very closed-minded to trying it a different way. You should definitely be very open-minded to trying things different ways until you find that right one that works best for you. And there's no YouTuber out there or no one on social media out there that's going to be able to give you the right answer, because your store is your store and it's unique. So you can always go to people who have been selling for a long time and ask for their advice. I think that's a very good thing to do, and I think that there's lots of wisdom in that, and you can learn a lot from people. But at the end of the day, really, you gotta try things and find out what's best. All right, so that's my little spew on that. So this one is gonna end up costing me, it actually weighs more than I thought. So let's see if I put in the right price. And this is another reason why too, it's good if I'm making a little bit of extra, because it helps balance out like when I do this. Like for example, I put in here that it weighs 8 ounces and it really weighs 8.7 ounces. And if I'm being honest, you know, if we go over, if it's like 8.1 or 8.2, sometimes I'll be bad and just put in 8. But I feel like 8.7 is kind of like pushing it a little too much. So I am going to round it up to the 9. So it's going to be $5.45 to ship, which is actually like about 20 cents more than what I put in here. Like, and that's okay. Like, I'm totally fine with it. It's not a big deal. That's why like all the shipping, like everything kind of like balances out to work out fine for me. All right, the next item is a bathing suit top. It's from the brand DKNY. It's like one of those like tank top, halter top, swim tops. So when I bought this, I thought it was really cute. So I bought it and it came with the tops and the bottoms. However, when I got home and I looked at it a little better, the bottom part, so like when you buy bathing suits at the store, they'll put a little liner on the bottom of the bottoms. That way, like if someone wants to like try it on, you know, it's just like, it's like a little sticker liner thing. But sometimes people like wash the bathing suit with a little liner in there, and then it creates like a stain, like if you wash it with that on. And I'm pretty sure that's what happened in this situation, but because like I can't prove that and I don't know, because like I'm not the original owner, I felt really uncomfortable selling the bottoms, because I'm just like, it does have that little stain on it. Even though I'm pretty sure it's not like a stain from like a person, it's just from like the sticker, right? So what I ended up doing is I ended up just selling the tank top by itself and didn't mention anything about the bottoms, right? And I almost didn't even list it at all, but I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to list it. I'm going to list it for a low price, sell it, and get it out of here. I already bought it, right? I don't think I spent very much for it. I got it at a yard sale. All my yard sale stuff I get for cheap. But I ended up selling this top for $7.99 plus the cost of shipping of $6.33. And I had the intentions the entire time that I was still going to ship the bottoms with it. That way, when the buyer gets it, it's an extra. So if they notice, oh, there's a little stain in here, like, I don't want this, and just like throw it away, then it's fine because I didn't pay for it, right? But if by chance they're just like, this doesn't bother me, and this is awesome, now I have the bottoms to go with it, I wanted to do it that way, right? It's just kind of like a way of like protecting myself, but then also not wasting these bottoms, because I don't want them to end up in a landfill when there can be somebody who may actually be able to enjoy them too. So that's how I ended up doing that one. All right, so again, I charged $6.33 for this one. Ugh, I don't like the way this bag looks. Let's see what it weighs. You know what? I'm going to re-weigh this one because I think my scale may have been off a little bit. Let's see. See? It actually was 7.7. My scale was off. I'm glad I caught that. These are the types of things, guys, that you can lose money if you're not paying close attention. So I could put this down to 8. And actually it is just going to cost me $4.55. So I just saved myself $1 by catching that mistake. All right. Okay, so this one weighs 9.4 ounces. So this one, I did charge the right amount. I charged $6.33, and it's going to cost me $5.32 to ship it. All right, so, oh no, I have 2 more items. Never mind. I was about to say that I have 1 more, but I got 2 more. All right, the next one is another one that I almost didn't list because it had a flaw on it that I didn't notice until I got it home and I started taking pictures. It's this Columbia jacket. It's like a women's jacket, but it has, it's like a fishing shirt, button-up shirt, but it had a hole in the back of it. Like, it almost looks like someone like cut it with the scissors. And I was kind of mad about that one because the person who I bought it for at the yard sale, I can't remember what I paid, but I remember she was being kind of like not wanting to budge on like making a deal, right? And so it kind of like frustrated me when I got home, and I was like, she knew that this had a hole in it. So I was kind of annoyed by it. But what it did have going for it is it did have its original tags. It was new with a flaw. So I did see, I can't remember if it was a YouTube video or if it was someone on social media, but I did get this advice from somebody. Wish I can give them credit. I have no idea who I got this advice from, but I saw some advice that I felt like was really good advice, and I make sure to apply that when I do my listings, is that if something has a flaw, that flaw should be listed somewhere on your listing 3 different times for it to be fair for the buyer, to give them that opportunity to know that there's that flaw before they miss it. So like for me, for example, I had it listed 4 times. And how I did that was in the title, I wrote hole in the title. And then in the description, I mentioned it in the description. So there's 2. The third one is I included photographs. So I probably would have been fine with just those 3 alone. But then in the condition box, I wrote again 2 in there that there was a hole. So that was a total of 4 times that I mentioned it. So if the buyer comes back and being like, hey, this had a hole and I didn't realize, and they try to open up an item not described, I will go ahead and message the buyer and just show them, you know, in the listing, it said here, 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 here. I'm totally fine with you making a return. However, item was as described, and I will send that to the buyer because I did find out from eBay, if you're going to open up a case against somebody, so let's say somebody opened up a return and they selected that the reason for the return was the item was not as described, that puts a ding on your overall like health of your eBay store, right? And if you get so many of these item not described open up on you, that could affect your rating as a seller. So you can lose your top rated standing if you get so many of them. So that's why it's, you know, you don't want buyers to open up those returns saying that item's not described because that hurts you. But if they do say that, you can challenge that by opening up a case against the buyer. But the thing is that when you open up the case, it gives you like a little box where you can write a little bit of a description of what happened, but it doesn't give you the opportunity to upload photographs to show your case, because I feel like the photographs is really what's going to say, like, you know. But so I asked eBay rep on eBay for Business about that. And I asked them, how come you guys don't have like an option where I can upload photographs to prove my case? And the representative said that they look at the messages between you and the buyer, and that's where they look for their photos. They look for it within the communication that you do between you and the buyer. So if you do want to open up a case like that to try to get that ding removed from your account, you should be messaging that buyer so that they know. So moving forward, I didn't know that at first, right? But now that they told me that from eBay, I guess moving forward, if someone opens up, like let's just say that this person who bought this purchase this without really even looking at the listing and didn't notice the flaw, and then they try to open up an item not described return. I gotta message the buyer and show them, you know, let them know, oh, you know, you may have missed this. I'm really sorry if you missed it, but just letting you know that the item was really as described. And, you know, I'm glad you opened up the return because I want you to be happy with your purchase. And I do offer free returns, and I'm happy to take care of this for you. So that's basically how I'm going to handle it. But because I messaged them and let them know, and eBay could see, you know, like the screenshots that I sent to the buyer. And then they can also look and see what the buyer responds to. And that's what they're going to use to decide if you should win the case or not. So you probably won't win the case if you don't have any sort of communication with the buyer. You just open the case without messaging them first. So that's just my advice on how to handle that based off of what eBay told me. So yeah, so this had the little hole, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to list it. I still listed it, and I listed it in May, so it's only been listed for a month, and it's sold, guys. It's sold for $24.99 plus the cost of shipping. So that's a lesson to be learned. Even if things have flaws, still list them. Somebody can fix it. So I pretty much listed this for about $10 or $15 cheaper than I would have if it did not have the hole. But maybe for somebody, it's worth it to save the $10, $15, and they're just gonna patch up the hole themselves and fix it. I'm a sewer myself. I have no problems. I buy things that are broken, damaged, with stains all the time. If it's something that I really want and I can get a really good price on it, because I know that I'm crafty enough to cover it up, fix it, or, you know, make it look cool. So there's people out there like that. And if people are willing to deal with flaws and imperfections on items that they can get them for a deal. And if you've already bought something and you're like me and you always buy things that have flaws and you don't know about it till later, still list it. It doesn't hurt, right? I sell things all the time with flaws on it, and I don't really get returns because I'm pretty good at describing it in the listing. I say it's probably about twice I've gotten people messaging me saying, oh, I think I would like a partial refund or a return because of this flaw. And then I respond to them and I take screenshots of the listing that shows where I said it in the listing, and I show that to them. And I'm very polite about it, and I just let them know, you know, because I did disclose that there was a flaw, the item does not qualify for a partial refund. However, if you're unhappy with the item, I'm super happy to let you return it back and get a refund because I want my buyers to be happy. And then that's how I leave it. And then, like, both times that happened, the buyers were super cool about it, respond and be like, oh, I did not see that. I'm so sorry. No, it's fine. That happened twice. So, I mean, as long as you're just doing things right, guys, you're going to be fine. But just make sure you do things right. So, yeah, what size bag do I want to use? I just got a bunch of new poly bags and I put them back in the wrong spot. Okay. So I charge $5.25, and it's going to cost me $4.31 to ship. All right, last item. Again, another item. I don't even know why I listed it. Like, as I was taking the pictures and listing it, I was like, this is not worth my time. Like, what am I doing? This is so dumb. So it's just like a plain looking Forever 21 crop top, tank top. That's very like Y2K fashion inspired. I used to wear these types of tank tops all the time in that time era. And I listed it for like $5.99. I sent a 5% offer on all my items. So what I used to do was when I would send offers, I would just send 10% offers on everything, but I wouldn't have the option for the buyer to counter offer. And I've recently changed that, and now I do 5% with the option to counter offer. And it seems like this is working a little bit better for me. I kind of like it that way better. So I'm trying that out for a little bit. Like I said, try all the things, right? Until you find what works. And I don't like to send like high percentage off offers, because my items, I already list them for really competitive pricing, guys. If I send like high offers, like, or high, if I send like high percentage offers off of already good price, and then on top of having to pay promoted listing and the eBay fees, I'm not gonna make any money. So yeah, so that's the deal with that. But the thing that's funny about this tank top, so someone accepted the 5% off discount that I sent, so it brought it down to $5.69 plus the cost of shipping. But this person is an international buyer, so I was like, man, they must like really be paying up for this tank top if it's international. So I'm just thinking like, wow, somebody really wanted their 90s/Y2K inspired tank top. So I charged the $4.36 for shipping. Let's see how much it's going to cost. I did not get any Poshmark or Mercari sales in the last 24 hours. So like I said, as I'm filming, it's Sunday, and I did my shipping on Saturday already. So if I'm not doing anything on Sunday, I just do my shipping like it's a regular day. So yeah, this is gonna cost $4.19 to ship. So yeah, I just had those 4 listings. I know this is a pretty lengthy video for just 4 listings. However, you know, this is kind of like the style, the types of videos that I like to make is I talk about the items and I just give advice along the way, and I show you how I ship things. I have gotten on like my last video like this that was a ship with me video. Someone did complain and say that I took too long until I got to the next item. And you know, if anyone ever feels that way, I do apologize. I never try to like make my videos seem like they're going to be something that they're not. I don't like to be clickbait and all that kind of stuff. So I feel like I should be kind of letting people know exactly like what this type of video is. It's not just a quick sold with me type thing. I ramble off and talk a lot in these videos. So yeah, I mean, I think I've been filming for more or less about 20 minutes or so, and I only shipped 4 things. But if you like this style of videos and you really like my channel, I have a lot of it. This is like my most commonly typed video that I make. It's just the easiest type of video for me to make during the week. I feel like it's just easy because of the fact that like I don't have to like write off like a script or try to figure out what I'm going to talk about. I just do my shipping and I just go with the flow, and it's just, this is how I'm able to make videos, and I hope that you guys do like these types of videos. If there are some other types of videos you would like to see me make, please give me some advice in the comments and let me know like what are the types of videos that you like to see resellers do. I have kind of played around with doing a few like shop with me videos and try to film a little bit in the stores while I'm thrifting. Honestly, I don't like doing it. I feel like it affects my my shopping experience, and I'm like not as sharp when I'm out there sourcing if I'm thinking about filming at the same time. So I got to put my business first before YouTube. So I've got that going on, and there has been a couple days where I went thrifting just so that I can film a video, not necessarily because I was like working, right? So I mean, I'll probably still make a couple of those like in the future, but it's just, I don't know, I just don't really like making them that much. But like, yeah, and I definitely don't, I super feel uncomfortable going into yard sales and filming at yard sales. I'm not going to be that type of YouTube video that has like in the thumbnail like, this person kicked me out, this person refused to sell to me, like they called the cops, and you know, like crazy like drama, like clickbait, like yard sale stuff, or like she had no idea that she had something worth hundreds of dollars. I don't know, that's not me. It's not my channel. But other than those types of things, like, let me know like what types of videos you would like to see for me. I'm probably only going to be posting like once a week in the summer. So I would like to, when I do post videos, make them be like really good videos. So just give me your advice. Let me know what you like about my channel, what you don't like about my channel. That way I can make it better. And thanks so much everybody for hanging out. I hope everyone has an awesome week. I hope you're staying cool and enjoying your summer and just having a blessed summer. God is good and hard work will be rewarded. And never ever forget that when you thrift upon a star, all your dreams will come true. I'll see you all next time. Bye.